Well, it's crunch time in the Banned Books Week posters. We have until Saturday. You have today, tomorrow, and MacLab Saturday School this weekend from 6 to 12 in order to perfect your design to be eligible to be printed for display next week around the school or in the library or on the walls in the MacLab. Oh my. Okay, there are two things in particular I want to talk about. Number one is this subtext. Now, Banned Books Week is the event, but we're promoting reading. We're promoting books. So we're getting these books out in people's face. Unless you're making a poster specifically for Banned Books Week, then that is the focal point. So for now, your title, your graphic should be front and center. This information down here, I'm going to hit Command 1 to get to full size, and then I'm going to hit the space bar and just drag this up. This information down here should be secondary, should not fight with the title, should support and provide additional information, but not compete with visually. That's why I went with a nice thin stroke here. Very simple font. We have Command 0. We have a serif font, and not only is it a serif font, it's got this fake hand-drawn look to it. So it's a display font as well. So that's why complicated font, simple font. You don't have two serifs. See, these are serifs, these little feet. You don't have two serif fonts together. You can have two sans serif fonts together. That's just fine. You can work with a single font, but if you have a bold serif font, you don't really want the bold serif font down here. I know, kind of complicated. But, this secondary info, look how it's laid out. Again, Command 1, space bar, and I'm going to pull this up. Look how this has been laid out. Now, I reworked this because we had different dates when this poster was originally designed. I reworked this because I wanted to show you, I wanted to provide a cheat for you how you could use these abbreviated months, no period, just let it be inferred. And Valhalla Library, it's all one text. The tracking is a little different. They're all the same size. And this is one line of text. This is point text. Type Banned Books. Hit return. Type this. Hit return. Type this. So that then you can highlight these different lines and change the tracking. And all of them are set. The text is, if you had the text tool, it would be center aligned. So if I get the text tool, very quickly, center aligned. See that? Because then when we make our adjustments, it's adjusted from the center. All right, so that's number one. You guys, this is where most of you, not some, most of you are failing. Okay, back to Command 0 so we can see the whole thing. Here's the second part. I don't like how these cracks are showing through these letters. Let me show you a trick. Photoshop has, these are masks. We used a mask out here. Here, white reveals, black conceals. So this center part is not affected by this darkening of the outside. And it's a little too intense. I probably should, if I double click this, I can adjust this. Boom, boom. Okay, so just so you know, these are completely editable adjustment layers. They're beautiful things to work with. But back to our texture. I want to hide some of this. So I can hide it with a mask. And the mask is right here. See that? Add a layer mask. Boom. Now I have a layer mask. I can get a brush, make sure I have black. And some of you are thinking, well, this is black. That's not black. That's dark red. Black, just click and drag slowly, go right in the corner and just pull it out. Okay? Now that's black. Actually, anywhere along this bottom line, but I always go to this corner for black, that corner for white. Safest way to do it. Say OK, and here's your key. See the hex code here? All zeros, that's black. All F's is white. Let's say OK. Now, hit Command 1, and now with the brush tool, what am I doing? Before you do anything, look up here. Is your blend mode normal? It has to be normal. Is your opacity, sometimes you want it low. I want my opacity 100%. Look how the cursor changes when I go over that word. How cool. I wish Illustrator did that. And then I want my brush here. I can adjust my brush. I want it to be hard. I want the edges to be sharp. And you can adjust the size here. But, watch this. Here, I'm going to hold down Control and Option at the same time. If I drag right, my brush gets bigger. If I drag left, my brush gets softer. I mean smaller. If I drag up, it gets hard edges. No, if I drag down, it gets hard. If I drag up, it should get soft. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm going to make this bigger and drag up, and there we go. That's softer. That's harder down. So the brush was too small. We weren't able to see it because we were red on red. You get it? So I want a hard brush, and I want it kind of small. And I'm painting with black at 100% opacity in normal mode. And I'm on the mask. I'm not on if I'm here, that's no good. Command Z. If I'm here on the mask, now watch this. Oh, how cool. And I'm not going to spend the time to do it all. I'll do it off screen, but I can get in here and I can adjust the size on the fly. Get in here with a little tiny brush and get that. Then make the brush, I get this right here, make it a little bigger. And knowing those shortcuts and being able to adjust this on the fly is crucial to really working smart here. Okay, so that's how you hide things with the mask. Don't use the eraser. Always use a mask. But the eraser is so easy. The eraser is permanent. Anything you do with the eraser lasts forever. Anything you do with a mask, if I make a mistake here, oh no, I made a mistake. Well, I can exchange my colors. Make sure I'm hitting D to get default colors, and X exchanges colors. So now I know I have black and white. Here, I can just paint back over this with white, and I bring it back. If you have the eraser, you're not going to be able to do that. All right? 2 great tips for you, learning how to use masks, learning how to cheat with this sub information. Simple font, complicated font. Okay? You don't have too complicated. You can have too simple, but not too complicated. See how this is looking better here? And I'll go ahead and fix the rest of this. Work smart. Have fun. Win this contest. Get your poster printed. Learn some new skills. And I'll see you Saturday. We're rocking 6 hours of fun in the Mac Lab.